Hi guys, Alex Underwood here and welcome back to my channel, my aliens. Today I have a very special video in store for you guys. So my favorite TV show of all time is American Horror Story. Everyone knows me as being obsessed with this show ever since it started basically. I love almost every season. There are a few seasons I don't love, but so far I am absolutely loving 1984, and I think that the ear cut off thing is just so disgustingly fantastic that I just had to do it on my channel. And I did have one person suggest this to me. My roommate Moira kind of suggested it to me, and I was like, she's right. She's a genius. How did I not think of this? But yeah, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your ear look like it got cut off without actually cutting off your ear because, well, that would hurt. That would not be fun. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do that without cutting your ear off. So if you want to go ahead and continue watching this video, I will show you how to do the cut off ear from the AHS 1984 season, all thanks to Mr. Jingles. Alright kids, I went ahead and already did my 80s hair off camera because I wanted to make sure that all of my hair was going to be out of the way for when I put on this gross stuff that is going to go on my ear over here. I did not want my hair being too in the way when I did that because, ouch, getting spirit gum and latex out of your hair is the worst. So to start out, we kind of want to try to get our ear to lay down as best as possible. Now it's not always gonna work the way you want it to, but I'm going to attempt to get my ear to lay down. I've never actually done this. I'm kind of just like winging it and like seeing if it works. So this is a learning experience for all of us. But I'm going to start by just putting some spirit gum on the back of my ear. And then I'm also going to put some on the skin. I need to get a mirror that I can put. Okay, so you might need another mirror for this to kind of like go behind your ear so you can see what's actually happening back there. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some spirit gum all around here. And it's okay if you get spirit gum in your hair because as long as you have spirit gum remover, you can get it out. It is the latex that you don't want to get in your hair because that does not have a remover that can easily take it off. Put some on the back of your earlobe too because we're going to do our jolly best to get this ear to lay down. Cannot guarantee it's going to work, but we're still going to do some stuff on top of it even if our ear's still sticking out a little bit. So just get that all along there, and then I'm just going to wait for that to dry a little bit and attempt to stick my ear down, but I can't do it quite yet because you do have to let it get a little bit dry first. So hopefully my ear will be stuck down when we get back, but I don't know. So I'm going to go attempt to do that, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Guys, it kind of worked. Kind of. I can't guarantee it's going to stay the whole time, but it's working for now. And that's really all I care about. So we're going to move on before it stops being the way I want it to. So we're going to take some tissue. It can be tissue, toilet paper, but what you want to do is get one layer at a time. We're going to separate the 2-ply. I mean, if you get 2-ply, you might not get 2-ply, but if you have 2-ply, separate your toilet paper. It's okay if it rips a little bit because we're probably not going to use this entire thing. rip off the straight edges because we don't want any straight edges for this because they don't blend quite as easy. So I am just going to take this tissue, torn. It's about like that. It's kind of like a triangle. And then I'm going to make sure that it matches up. And you can always take off more once you get it laid down. So I'm going to take that. So we're going to take some latex. And you do not need a lot. You can always get more if you run out of what you use. It's better to use less before you use too much. So I'm going to take a Q-tip and then I'm going to take the latex and I'm just going to make sure to get your hair out of the way if you can. Even pull it to the side if you can, just so you make sure you don't get as much. See, I can already tell that I'm getting some of my hair. And it happens. Life's hard. Get over it. Like I am. So we're going to put this on all the high points of our ear. So that tissue paper really sticks down. And it's okay if this isn't. I'm definitely getting some of this in my hair, but it's okay. See, if I were doing this on like a professional set, I'd probably bald cap them and give them a wig, but that's too much effort for me to do in my own home, so we're not going to do that. Okay, you get that all on there, and then you take your little piece of toilet paper, adjust it over the ear so it goes over all the edges, and then just stick it down like that. And don't worry if it makes a hole, because we're going to do a few layers of this, so no need to worry. I'm going to go get a sponge real quick because that's going to help me lay latex a little better. I have a sponge, and I'm just going to take it with some latex on it, and then I'm just going to dab it on top of the tissue we just put down. And then we're going to go in with some more. Wow, my hearing is already changing. Whoa. Okay. And then we're just going to go in with some more latex. Remember, paint it on there, because that is going to help it stick a little bit. Alright. And then you can just keep repeating that, layering on tissue, and then layering on latex, and then layering on tissue, and then layering on latex. Just go back and forth. Now kids, we don't want this to look just flat, because then it just looks like we glued our ear down, and that's not what we're going for. So we're going to take a Q-tip, and you're just going to punch the middle of it, and that is going to unroll it. Yes, that's right. These unroll, in case you didn't know. So you're going to take it like that, and you're just going to take a little piece like this, and you're going to cover it in latex. Doesn't matter how good it looks, how messy it is. Cover it in latex, and then just stick it on there. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to look good. Just stick it on there, and then make sure you get all this off your hands before you do the next one, or else it's just gonna be a nightmare. Ugh, so then we're gonna take another strip of it, and we're gonna dip it in the latex again. Try to keep it in like a roll type thing. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but it's all covered, and just slap that on there like that. And just repeat this step until you feel like your ear looks gross. Really, that's all we're doing is making it look nasty. And then you can kind of put some latex on your finger and just smooth out anywhere that doesn't look like it could be flesh. But also you want the entire thing to be coated in latex, so it'd probably be good just to give it one last good layering. Alright, and once that's all done, we just gotta wait for it to dry before we can do anything else. So I will be back after this is all dried so we can paint it and make it look disgusting. Alright guys, I went ahead and did my basic 80s makeup off camera because, you know, if I'm gonna be 80s, I gotta have some 80s makeup on because that's just how it goes. So now that that's all done, we're gonna go ahead and paint this ear thing and make it look all nasty and gross. So we're just gonna go in with our bruise wheel, like usual. It's like the only thing I use. And this is a fresh wound. We want it to look like this just happened. So we're gonna be using mostly red and purplish red for this because the other colors make it look a little bit older and like the wound's been there for a while, whereas this is something that just happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a Q-tip and I'm just gonna start painting this area so it looks all gross. And literally, just like no special effects, just gross it up. There's nothing really particular you gotta do. Just get it the color that you want it and make it look all nasty. So I'm kind of using like a scab but also circular motion to kind of get this in all the divots because you want it to be in all the divots. You don't want to see much of that skin peeking through. So just gonna paint around like that, and I'm probably gonna go in with some powders too on top of it just to set it and add some different dimension to it and all that fun stuff that you do when it's special effects. Oh, and I realized I've literally had my window open this entire video, so I'm sorry if there's like weird background noises like the whole time. That's totally my fault, but like it's already been open the whole time, so like why close it now? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up with this red, and then I'll be right back when we move on to the purple. Alright, so I have that red base color kind of all the way down. I might end up adding more. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with the dark purpley red now so we can add some dimension. I'm going to really focus this on the areas that are deep because this is going to help you make certain areas look a little more of like a deeper cut rather than like it's closer to you. So this is going to add some dimension. See, it's already adding dimension and just kind of making some areas look deeper than others. So I'm just going to go around and add this and kind of blend it in with the red, and I'm using dabbing and twirling motions yet again, so the technique doesn't really change much from color to color. But I'm also just going to kind of scrape it along the top so it just adds different layers and colors to it as well. And then another way to kind of get inside those areas that aren't really letting you get inside and really get the deep colors in there, you can go in with a paintbrush. So I'm going to go in with a paintbrush with a little bit of that darker color, and I'm going to use that to really dig inside those areas that the Q-tip won't go into. Because there are always going to be those areas that the Q-tip can't quite reach. So I'm just going to go in and fill in all those areas where the skin color is still kind of showing through on that latex. And then I'm just going to go back and forth with some red and sort of blend those a little bit. And literally I'm just going around and being messy with this. There is no clean way you need to do this. And then I'm going to go in with some powder next. So I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star Alien palette, and I'm going to go in with some black. I'm going to take this brush that I was using, just get some black on it, and really just deepen some of those areas a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with a red shadow. I'm going to go in with Cherry Soda from the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. And I'm just going to put this all around as well, anywhere and everywhere. I'm actually going to get a bigger brush because I want this to really show through. So I'm going to take this brush, and I'm going to take that cherry soda, and I'm just going to put this all over the ear. This is going to help blend colors together, fill in any areas, and just give it an overall red sheen so it looks like it's bloody and gross and flesh, but like gross flesh. So I'm just going to put that all around, kind of blend out the edges a little bit. Look like there's blood smeared all over. Put it behind the ear, wherever my ear. I don't really know. I swear, I misplace everything when I am doing my makeup. Like, literally everything. Alright, after that I'm going to take a brighter red, so I'm going to take Prick from the Jeffree Star palette, and then I'm just going to put that on top in some areas, not all. Just to kind of add some light red in there, so we have some variation. We love variation. And then with the edges over here, I'm going to take some cream paint and really just distress that. And then if you have any areas that just aren't looking right to you and you don't want them to be that stark, just go over with some powder and get those edges underneath some powder, because that's going to help it look like the skin has irritated rather than it looks like you just put some crap on your face. Alright, so now that we have that all painted, I'm going to go ahead and grossify it with some blood. Yeah! Alright, so I'm going to go in with some scab blood first. Get a little spatula. And you just go ham, guys. Like, as much, as little as you want of this. Just, like, put it everywhere. I really think this stuff makes looks. Just stick it in holes, drag it across the top, clump it up. This stuff is really good for making, like, 3D type blood. Alright, and once you have that all done, we're going to move on to the other blood, which is just liquidy and different colored, and, well, I mean, it's still red. It's not like a different color, but like, it's like a different consistency and like a different kind of red. So we're just going to drip that all over. This stuff is really what's going to make it look like a fresh wound. Because this is the wet, drippy, gross blood. Make sure you're getting it all the way around so you don't have any part of the wound left out. Even put some in your hair. Don't worry, it comes out. It will not stain your hair. And then you can drip some too. Oh, gross. Ugh, nasty. This is so gross, guys. I absolutely love it. I'm just gonna wipe some blood on my hands. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, I love this. Okay. guys, this is the finished 80s AHS 1984 Mr. Jangles cut off my ear look. Yes! Now, there is some things in the show that would be spoiled if I were to mention them, so I'm not going to go into details about the show, but the main basis, as of the first episode, Mr. Jangles cuts off people's ears, and it is gnarly and disgusting, and I love it. But I absolutely love American Horror Story. I have always wanted to redo a look for the show, but I've never really found one that wasn't overdone or that I felt was really fun or really spoke to me. And this one really spoke to me because I love the 80s. I love period pieces, anything like period. It doesn't matter what period it is. If it is anything before the present times, then I just absolutely love doing makeup for it, or design, or hair, or anything. So this gave me an awesome opportunity to mix one of my favorite eras, the 80s, and gore, and beauty, and AHS. So this video was just waiting to come, and I absolutely am obsessed with how it turned out. I love it so much, and I love the hair, the outfit, everything. I just think the look came together perfectly. I don't say this a lot, but I'm proud of myself, guys. I really, really did it this time. Like, this is a good one. But, yeah, this is just another one of the Halloween series that I'm doing this month. I hope you enjoyed it so, so much, because I enjoyed making this video more than most of the ones I have on my channel. But if you want to hang out with me when I'm not on YouTube, you can follow me on Snapchat at Alex_Underwood, and on Twitter and Instagram at Alex with 2X's 2017. That is my personal. And if you want to follow me on my business, it is AlexU_MUA, and that is the same for Twitter and Instagram. But I would like to thank you guys so much for joining me on yet another video. I cannot wait to see you guys on the next one. Bye, my aliens.